Hello. So I just moved recently and I noticed I have this big empty spot in my living room above my couch. And so I thought, why not make sort of a art piece to go here? So what I have in mind is a wooden slat wall that I can hang plants off of. So let's see if this works. 1, 2, 3. No. Guess I gotta go build it myself. So for those of you who have been paying attention to my channel, or just know anything about me, you'll know that I didn't just move. This was actually a project I built and recorded back in 2022, but I never actually finished making the video. So I figured now is probably a time to actually finish this video up and release this project to the world. So up until now, what you have seen me do is take the lumber I bought from the big orange store that will not be named, and rip it down to the correct width for all the slats. I am now going through each of the slats and marking the length needed for each one to achieve that sine wave pattern you saw at the beginning of the video in my initial design. There's something so empowering about creating your own furniture and artwork in your house. Every day I get to look at something I made and think, hell yeah, I made that. It's honestly one of the reasons why I felt the longing to leave my cushy software engineering job and pursue this idea of functional art. If you didn't know, for about 10 years I was pursuing and working as a software engineer, but I am no longer doing that. If you look back at other videos on my channel, you'll see that the majority of the pieces I make have a purpose. They are what I would call pieces of art, but they also have a function outside the scope of beauty. For example, the Murphy table I built last year. It's a complex piece of furniture that serves a purpose. It's my craft table that I use almost every single day. And you see that table in plenty of my other videos. I recommend you go check that out. So this is what you'll get from me. Awesome pieces of art that also have an extra purpose. If that's something you would find interesting or inspiring, come along for the journey and subscribe. I try to put out a video once a month. Now that I've cut all the segments to length, I marked the center of each board and am screwing them in place. I'm using a spacer to ensure each piece is exactly the same length away from its neighboring slats. Now you may see this and think, wait, why is he taking it all apart now? Well, I gotta sand and process all the wood before I can put it back together again. But one thing I did do is keep the frame intact, which will make it easier to reassemble once all the processing is done. Now I'm using a teak stain to give it all a nice warm glow. The reason I chose this stain is because I have some other pieces of furniture, like my coffee table and an end table, that are around the same color, so I wanted the piece to match. Sure, some people will say it's sacrilege to stain a piece of wood a different color, but hey, it's my piece of furniture, I do what I want, right? Here you can kind of see my laziness when it came to this piece, because I only stained the front parts of it. I wanted to save myself some work, and I figured, hey, no one's gonna see the back of this. Now that the piece is pretty much finished, I can hang up the mounting bracket I made using a French cleat and set the slat wall right on up there. Off camera, I made some simple boxes to hang plants in, and with that, let's take a look at the final result. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, I ask you to like and subscribe, because it really helps the channel out, and I will love you forever for doing so. I'll see you next time.